Well, hi everybody. Don't mind the weird camera angle. I'm currently upgrading and tweaking a couple things for editing and for streams and other stuff. But hi. Welcome to a very special video. So, recently I was given the wonderful opportunity to do a sit-down interview over Discord with a local artist, also known as a Phoenix. And he is a rap artist, he is a comic writer, he's currently working on an animation pilot. He's a very talented dude overall, and I got to not only sit down and have that interview with him over Discord, but we recently streamed it over on twitch.tv/Crash Smash 01. So, what you're about to see is the edited down version of the interview for, well, YouTube. So that, it cuts out a little bit of the fat for the most part. But if you want to actually check out the full interview while it's still up, head on over to twitch.tv/Crash Smash 01. And you should be able to find it within the VODs. Now, in addition to that, I am also going to be editing and working on a kind of like audio visual version of that podcast at some point in the future, and I'm going to try and see if I can upload that onto like Spotify or SoundCloud or somewhere else where people can listen into it as well too. But for now, it's going to be mostly the longer uncut version on Twitch, and then the edited, not as long version, trim the fat down version here on YouTube. So, but with that in mind, enjoy a very special edition of a casual conversation with a Bandicoot. And be sure to check out a Phoenix over on all his socials. That includes Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Discord, YouTube, Apple Music, and more. Check out his art. Check out his comics. He's currently got issue 1 and 2 technically out now. But issues 3 are coming soon. And then check out the animated pilot. So, with that in mind, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the interview. And thanks for stopping by.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Phoenix, and that is my stage name. That's also the name of my comic book. Uh, and yeah, that's me in the flesh.
Now, it is wonderful to meet you, good sir, and welcome everybody to the stream. First off, um, most people who do interviews and stuff try and keep things very formal and do, very like polite things, but with me, I'm not all about that. I like to just be real with people. So, with that in mind, how the hell are you? How you doing today?
Great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I ran some errands and got some shit done, and to me, that's a good day. So, but how was your day? Did you run some errands to get shit done, or were you just driving around today?
Man, I was getting stuff done. I had to do some jewelry, and then I mailed some jewelry off. So this is my jewelry that I
Ooh.
make along with my comics. I'm doing everything creative. So I also made this shirt too. Let me see that.
Yeah, show
Yeah,
off the shirt.
yeah, that's my logo, my Phoenix logo. So everything that I'm doing is surrounded with the comic. So I'm creating a whole like brand out of this thing. So yeah.
Now, that was actually going to be some of my first questions with this. Is a phoenix is basically that's the whole brand for not just the music but for the comic, for the animation, for just the whole like identity of that character as a whole, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And I've noticed when I was listening and watching some of your music videos, even on like say YouTube, that you've actually been doing this for quite some time. How far back have you been doing all this?
Oh man, I've been doing music over 10 years.
Damn.
Um, so um, it's a long grind, man. It's a long grind, but I'm still doing music. I'm just doing it more indirectly. My focus is the comic right now, but I'm still incorporating the music with the comic because each comic issue is gonna have a video and a soundtrack.
Now, see, how long is going to be each soundtrack for each is this for each individual issue, or is this for each individual like just full like series of comics?
So each issue will have a song and have a video.
Okay. So there's going to be a full almost bundle essentially with everything. So
Yep,
this way you're getting the whole package. You're getting a song, a comic, and at least a video to incorporate each issue to kind of tie that narrative.
right.
Now, let's start with specifically your music because I have actually before this interview, I listened to some of the music and most of it I listened on Spotify, but the couple music videos that do exist out there are pretty good. And one of the ones that I have actually, because I even have it here pulled up on my phone on like my history, some of the songs that I listened to were actually pretty damn good. There was What Is It Like, I Know, and there are actually a few others on here that were pretty good. Um the one I really actually kind of resonated though a bit more with was Best Friend. Uh
Oh,
c- can you
okay.
talk about that one a bit for me? Like what was the story and narrative behind that?
Okay, so that was a multi-layer song. Yeah, it was just talking about how an ideal relationship in my perspective is when your significant other is your best friend, and I was like basically describing what that would be like for me.
Mhm.
And then the last part of the song was like a dedication song to my mom. She had passed away in 2017 of cancer. So yeah, that was kind of like a that song had two layers to it. So that's what.
Okay. Yeah, cuz I saw the shout out at the end for your mom and everything and I to me that was like just really raw and emotional because there's there's a lot of artists out there that you don't see a lot of artists putting out music that's really deep to its core in a lot of its messages or in a lot of its like ambience and feeling. And honestly, that was one of the big ones that I really did like thoroughly enjoy. The other one, which I'm pulling it back up to, uh, I listened to I Know What Is It Like. Let's Go was actually pretty interesting. So now I noticed you shot that in kind of an interesting area. Like, what was the idea behind the location for Let's Go?
So first, let me ask you: did you recognize that
No, I didn't. That's why I'm actually asking.
from a movie?
Which movie?
Shit. What movie was that? I think it was an Officer and a Gentleman.
Really? So I'm gonna be honest. I have never seen that movie.
Check it out. It was shot. It was shot in Port Townsend, Washington. Because I used to live in Seattle. and
Oh,
that's where I shot that at.
did you used to
Uh,
travel quite a bit when you were doing all these as well too, like the music videos? Because you said you lived there previously.
yeah, yeah. So I lived there, and so I shot two videos in that same area, just different parts of where that actually, you know, because Port Townsend, well, that old military like uh um barracks is it's got multiple parts to it.
Okay.
So it had an old that part where I was at, and then behind it there is a there is like a old kind of like uh for actually like defense.
Hmm.
Like so if they was to get attacked, it was like actually but that was like super old. That's like super old. It don't look like that no more obviously, but they still have the buildings there. And it was pretty it's pretty cool.
But
I
all the
shot.
structure and everything is still there, is what you're saying.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. So, the other thing I want to ask is with a lot of the music that you've been doing and a lot of the music videos, I'm noticing too that there is an emphasis on like animation and like CGI and a lot of that even with like your older stuff. Like,
Mhm.
was that animation and stuff that you learned yourself to do, or is that a friend you had someone do, or what's the story behind like the different CGI and animation that came alive during those music videos?
Oh, so no, I don't know how to do that personally. I hired some people to do that for
Okay.
me.
So
Yeah, I just got a lot of stuff going on in my head, man, and like I just hire people to make what I got in my head just come to life and put it on film or whatever.
well, no, and that's the reason why like I ask because you don't see a lot of like that type of style of animation or that type of CGI in a lot of rap or hip hop nowadays, and in fact it kind of threw me back to more like old school rap and hip hop where it was like there's a lot of things that are more experimental, including kind of the message itself with a lot of songs.
Mhm.
And so like I'm noticing too that with a lot of the songs there's a bit of a narrative. Did making those music videos and writing and producing all those songs give you the idea to do like an animated project or like a comic?
Uh, yes, yes, and no.
Here,
So
expand.
yeah, so when I was when I was doing, I was just first doing music, and
Right.
then when I did the music, uh, I was just like, man, with social media, there's like an oversaturation of like rappers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
was, how can I, how can I stand out and create my own lane? And so
Right.
light bulb came on in my head, and I was like, I'll just do comics. You know what I'm saying? I'll flip
Yeah.
it and create myself as the superhero, and uh, and then just take it from there and create my own lane and really focus on the comic. So that's how that came to fruition.
Nah, see, and that makes perfect sense. Which the reason why I want to get to the comics in a moment too is because as someone who's kind of an animation nut, a lot of the people who watch my streams or, follow me on like Twitter and Facebook and stuff, like I'm a 90s kid through and through.
So I grew up on a lot of the late '80s stuff and early '90s animations of like Cartoon Network and the Nicktoons on Nickelodeon, stuff like that. So I'm used to very like fluid, janky, almost like incorrect looking animation. And it was funny because I sensed some of that. Like with that kind of more like early 2000s, almost late 90s animation in the music videos, but then when I watched that teaser trailer that you put out for the animated project, I was like, "Excuse me? Damn." Well,
Yeah.
holy so like I was impressed. I wanted to tell you honestly, I was actually like impressed. So it was some dope.
Cool, man.
Now here's another thing I had kind of on my mind too. With obviously the music, you've been putting out more songs, specifically on like Spotify and like Apple Music and different places. And unfortunately, this is a conversation that I wish could be avoided, but it's just part of that climate with a lot of recent like political issues and like politics and stuff that are going on with Spotify, with Apple Music, with other platforms. Have you ever ran into any like issues or severe backlash with any of your music at all, or any like major criticisms, that really like resonated with you?
Not yet. Um, the only thing I could tell you about that, I'm kind of glad you brought this up. So, only thing that I've kind of ran into, and it really ain't about no controversy or anything like that, or is when I've tried to promote my music on it's Instagram specifically. Um, I get blocked. I can't TikTok too. They block my music. So,
Why?
well, the reason why they blocked it is because um it's uh it's through CD Baby is my distributor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, basically their CD Baby is like protecting me for like copyright issues. They just don't realize that I'm the person who made the music.
You're the
So,
one that owns the copyright.
but they still block me. They don't know that. They don't know that. So that's the only thing that I don't like. But I've got a way around it though. So uh my music, I don't know if I want to say from now on, but definitely my next songs are gonna be NFTs. I'm in the crypto space. So
Oh.
yeah, so my new songs, my next new songs will be NFTs.
Huh. So that's interesting because the thing is like I mean, I know about NFTs and what they are and how they work, but like I've never heard of anyone transitioning like the actual like, raw or compressed music itself into an NFT. I've always just kind of seen like, oh, there's an image of a monkey, there's an image of like a banana, there's an image of Spider-Man, that are just collectible tokens, but they don't do much. So the idea of a like audible NFT is not something that I don't think I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, there's
So,
I'm not the first one. Um, yeah. Uh, there were some artists. He made I don't know who it is, but he made like 1,000 copies
mhm.
of his album, and he made like a shitload of money.
Damn.
So yeah, NFTs and crypto is the future, man. I got some NFTs right now. I'm still I took one off and I want to put it on Mintable. It was on OpenSea, but I'm having some trouble with that.
Mm-hmm.
My free NFT is actually still on OpenSea. And if you we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I'm almost done talking about the music because the thing is, like, the best way I could put this into words is just the music is definitely like really good, and like I definitely did enjoy a chunk of it. Um, and you've been doing this for quite a while. The thing that I've been kind of fascinated about too, and this is what I wanted to bring up. A lot of your songs have a very like a very different type of conversational piece compared to a lot of rap, hip hop, alternative rock, or anything. You don't see a lot of music talking about, relationships with your best friend, with, trying to achieve success among yourself, or about spirituality, or, mental health and stuff like that. My thing is, I like music that stands out with a good narrative and good lyrics. Was that always the idea from the get go to kind of like, hey, I don't want to do, songs about, you know, drugs and politics and this and that and everything that everyone else does? I want to do something that makes myself pop out a bit more. Was that always the idea to begin with the music?
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, so yeah, man, music. I look at music and art in general as like your fingerprint.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's unique to you. So the things that I do my music about, that's me. That's who I am. It's an extension of who I am. You getting me
Right.
in rhythm form. Uh, and so yeah, those are the things that are important to me. Um, and the things that I want to share, about myself and who I am.
Right, and that makes perfect sense is because it's not just the songs aren't just about you as a person in real life or about just your character. They're about how you feel. And I respect that way more in an artist for just giving it to people raw, ha funny, rather than, you know, sugarcoating it, giving us, BS.
Right, right, right.
So I really appreciate that. Now, I want to move on to, and I'm gonna switch the camera in just a moment. I want to show off the comics because
All
these
right, cool.
comics are, first off. So I think I read it in the correct order. The Untold Story of Chaos and Order is technically issue 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So first off, for those who can see it, look at that cover. That is like a dope cover, right? And then look at the back even too. You could tell that there was a lot of love and craft put into this with just the art. And my thing is like, as you guys know, I'm into, space stuff and cosmic shit and everything that like looks good on that I honestly, stuff like this and comic art and covers like this is the type of shit I would love to slap on like my wall as like a print. So, have you thought about doing art prints?
Oh yeah, that's definitely in the works. Um, Most definitely in the works. Posters, all of that.
Okay.
Um, I'm also gonna get get prints on shirts, so you'll have on your shirt too.
See, now that's sick. You should do like one of those like all around prints instead of just like, like the regular prints. Oh, what's up?
Exactly what I'm doing.
Good man. So, the reason why I wanted to also give kind of a quick live reaction to the comics is because, at least with issue 1, one of the things that I really liked about issue 1 is even though it's a bit of a shorter issue, you get right off the bat the kind of idea and the consensus and like, the narrative of what's going on, and you definitely also see that it does in fact have a continuity. It ties in directly to his music videos. So now, obviously, I'm not going to show off the entirety of the comic. I'm only going to show maybe a snippet because I'd rather you guys go buy the comic.
Right.
So, but to give kind of a small snippet, even just look at like let's find a page that has really good art in it, because a lot of the art in this is like fantastic. So like here, even if you just look at the panels of say this page right here, right? And you look at all the beautiful oranges, the colors, the blues, the character posing, everything's super stylized, and the panels actually almost feel like reading like an Image comic or like a Titan comic. I really did appreciate that. Now, did you have a particular artist in mind when you were wanting to do the comics, or a particular style for the comics? Or like, did this come out the way that you originally envisioned, I guess would be the better question.
Yes. So I used 2 different artists. So the first artist, shout out to Francis, he did that first artist. He's from the Philippines. And he definitely I actually hired him from Upwork. There's a website called Upwork where you hire freelance people. So that's where I got him from. And he exceeded my expectations. He did a great job. Amazing job.
Dude, hell yeah. What was the second artist?
So that's Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. Ryan's dope. He man, Ryan is something else with that pen. Yeah, he just recently did my NFT too.
Oh, nice. So you actually recommissioned him for that.
Yeah. And I think if he's still available, I'm gonna get him to do this third comic because I'm in the process of putting together the third issue right now. So.
Oh, is that another exclusive for the stream that we're hearing?
Yes.
Dude, nice. I'm excited for issue 3 because I want to see where this story goes. Because obviously you said earlier that there's going to be at least a song and at least a video to go with each issue.
Well, hey everybody. Crash Smash 01 here. Don't go too far, because this is just the end of part 1 involving the interview with Phoenix. But part 2 will actually be in the video annotation and the link down below. So if you want to check out part 2 of the interview, definitely check that out. We discuss more about the actual comics that he's working on, as well as a bit more in-depth analysis about his animated pilot and quite a few other projects. So definitely worth a check out. Again, if you guys want to check out the full unedited interview, that is going to be over on my Twitch as well too, still for a little bit. So, and then I'm currently, like I said, still working on trying to get the interview onto other places like Spotify and SoundCloud as well too at the time of this video making. So, but I'll also be leaving a link to a Phoenix's YouTube channel as well as all his socials. So check out his content. He makes really great music videos, really great content, great artist, and it was a pleasure to actually sit down, meet him, talk to him, and definitely fun doing this. So I hope to do more interviews like this in the future with creators. And with that in mind, guys, we'll just see you for part 2. Take care.